Hey guys, coming at you with a couple stereos. This here is the first one. This is a Kenwood integrated amplifier, KA7X here. Got this from a friend of mine. You're watching, I know who you are. Or I should say, you know who you are. Anyways, so this first one here works perfectly fine. I noticed nothing really wrong with it. I'm just going to go inside and clean it here eventually. Right now I've got both a Bluetooth adapter and then I've also got the included tuner here with it. I noticed that they went with the 9X instead of the 7X, so I guess I just wanted a better tuner, because I know that some of these came with the 7X. This one has the 9X with it. Well, and by came with, I should say, it's probably what people chose, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it overall. The tuner sounds pretty fuzzy. Got to go figure that out at some point. Maybe it just doesn't get the best of reception down here. I'll go and fire it up for a second. Anyways, though, let me turn the tuner on there. And, oh, well, it was happy before. Oh, that's why it changed. If you can even tell, that's supposed to be Welcome to the Jungle, but it's more fuzzy than a blanket. But, you know, otherwise, you know, it's all right. And this is how I've got everything set up here. Oh, come on, why won't it focus? There. So yeah, when I change the mode into auto on, I don't get anything. When I get mono or off, we get something. And then this here, the RF probably selector is what that's supposed to say. That works a lot better on the bottom one, which is direct. And then the IF band, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. I'm sure that it probably just needs a little bit of work there. And then the rest of this whole thing, the amplifier itself works perfectly fine. I didn't really notice anything with it. There was a moment there where it got quiet for a second, then it picked back up, but overall it works good. It probably does just need to be cleaned. I mean, I don't think it has been, so you know, that always can be a little bit of a thing there. And with how I've been running it, I typically max out the bass and the treble, and I've got the loudness on. Equalizers I'm always a little bit different with, but obviously that does not apply here. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I do like the way it sounds when it's not staticky on the tuner setting, but when it's running through the Bluetooth adapter, it works just fine. Could always hook up a CD player to it too, but the only CD player I've got is upstairs in the living room. There is no actual CD setting on here, probably because they just didn't really make many of them around this time, or they just intended for you to use the auxiliary section. So yeah, well, anyways, that's what I've got for this one here. And if you come back, well, you don't even got to come back. If you just wait just a second, you'll see the next one. All right, back here after some legitimate technical difficulties, we have this bad boy. And I am so psyched to have one of these. This is a Pioneer SA V70. And these, I don't really think there's a lot of them out there. And what makes this cool is this pops right out of the front. It's a remote. And then you can see back there, that is the just sort of standard control if you don't want to use the remote. I took the batteries out of the remote already. So what happened with this is I got it down here, hooked it up. Everything was fine except the remote wasn't doing jack. I opened it up. And so basically with how the battery hatch works is you've got a battery, right? And then you've got another one hidden underneath, like the remote body. And somebody didn't realize that that second one was there. And it was corroded and stuck in there. So after I got it out, I pried the back apart very carefully. Luckily nothing broke. Wasn't able to clean it off, use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to get a lot of the corrosion off, and just scraped at it with a little wire brush for a while, and I managed to get it good. And then afterwards I was able to put some batteries in, and I discovered everything works just fine. So yeah, there is no longer anything wrong with this. I am very, very pleased with it. Everything seems to work fine. The surround, I'm still trying to learn how to actually make work and how to make the B speakers do what they're supposed to. And by B speakers, I mean the surround back speakers. I will definitely keep taking a look into that at some point, but I really just wanted to get the remote and everything working. Everything else should be fine. Probably just needs to be cleaned out and stuff. And then one of the little terminal latches on the back where one of the surround back speakers is broken off. However, that should not really affect the rest of the other speaker and that one if it's put in well enough. So I'm not too sure why they aren't really working right now. I'll definitely keep messing with it. But yeah, this works great though, and I'm very, very pleased with it. And it sounds pretty good. And this is definitely a rather uncommon thing. You know, I never even heard of a receiver, well, this isn't a receiver, but a stereo that could, you know, just have a remote pop right off the front of it. So I was definitely pretty interested in that factor. So the next step for these bad boys is going to be taking this one and these guys apart here and just, you know, blowing them out gently. And then I've also got some contact cleaner and some lube, which is good for a lot of the different parts of it. So we'll be using some of that as well to hopefully just make them sound that little bit better and make them function a little bit better. But overall, I couldn't be more ecstatic to have these. I really absolutely adore the Kenwood, and then this Pioneer is also amazing. So thank you so much to my friend for giving these to me. I really, really appreciate it. These are definitely going to be some pieces I hang on to for a while, especially now that they both are working fine. So yeah, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I would have demonstrated this, but I don't really feel like hooking up a tuner to it. This thing does work just fine. At some point down the line, I might actually do it, although I would prefer not to use a tuner but a CD player. But the CD player I have is hooked up. I know that people do like seeing some of these things go sometimes. I just don't have the best setup for it, because typically what I use for everything, even though it's probably not a lot of people's favorites, is just a Bluetooth adapter. It just works better because I've got the Apple Music thing on my phone, and I've got like a 200-hour playlist of everything I listen to, and that's just been a lot easier rather than making a big long mixtape like that. So anyways, I am going to go ahead and end this video now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.